The Women's Association for Victims Empowerment campaigns against all forms of torture, child abuse, gender-based violence, with primary focus on victims of torture during the Jammeh era. The co-founder of Women's Association for Victims Empowerment, Priscilla Yogosise, spoke at length on the activities of her organization and revealed that WAVE has been working with victims of torture in other countries.
We're glad that the Gambia is now at a disposition where we could celebrate human rights, to music, dance, and culture. And this is what we're doing. Even though it is a commemoration, but we're also using the opportunity to raise awareness and to stand in solidarity with victims of torture, women and girls with disabilities, as well as different categories of women, of victims, part of the transitional justice process, who were victims of violations under the previous regime. And also to commend the government. As you may be aware, the government has recently passed the anti-torture law. So this is also another milestone for the Gambia.
Mariama Singate, who represented the Ministry of Justice, highlighted the importance of the celebration, said the Never Again Arch, where the program was held, serves as a potent symbol for the drive against all forms of torture. Council Singate emphasized the Ministry of Justice's unwavering position on the protection of human dignity.
As you all know, the Ministry of Justice recently enacted the Prevention and Prohibition of Torture Act this year through the National Assembly, and it categorizes an array of violations under torture, which notably includes some of the acts of sexual violence. It removes impunity for security officers by placing responsibility on individuals who perpetrate such acts, as well as superior officers that fail to punish such acts. It provides reparations through the courts in the form of mental health and psychosocial support services, and offers no amnesty for torture.
Madam Aissata Day, UNDP country representative, emphasized that full implementation of the recommendations of the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission will give victims some form of justice. The UNDP official also said her office will continue to support victims of torture.
The TRRC testimonies and statements included victims of torture and from women who seek reparation, justice, accountability and guarantees, not only for women, but also for men. The implementation by the government of the white paper that has been published a few months ago, in the implementation plan that has been launched, show and where we are standing today, which is a never again arch. So the commitment of the Gambia and the Gambian people to make sure that this unlawful and horrible practice will never happen again in the country.
The National Human Rights Commission was represented at the event by Council Mansour Job. He commended WAVE for organizing the festival and promised to work closely with the body.
As we commemorate the 2023 International Day in support of victims of torture, the National Human Rights Commission calls on the government as the principal duty bearer to remember torture cases documented during the hearings of the TRRC, which led to loss of life as well as a long life injuries that are still to date being experienced by victims of torture.
Torture is a dreadful experience, but many went through it during the Jammeh era. Some victims have since passed on, but others are forced to live with its consequences for a period that can seem like an eternity. Any form of support given to victims, be it moral or financial, can go a long way towards alleviating their plight. Aminata Sanyang,